Lagos State government empowers over 1,500 vulnerable women, youths to reduce poverty. Nigerian Educational Loan Fund set to disburse 850 million naira to tertiary institution students. On foreign scene, Russian president doubles upfront payments for volunteers to fight in Ukraine. And in sport, minister to probe favor of Philly's exclusion from women's 100 meters event at Paris Olympics. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Lagos State government has empowered 1,500 vulnerable women and youth in Lagos through various empowerment skills and provision of equipment in a bid to reduce poverty and make them self-reliant. The program, under the Micro Enterprise Support Initiative, MESI, of the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, has empowered 10,000 people in the last 5 years of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. Speaking at the event held in Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu said the initiative is part of government support to uplift vulnerable women and indigent youth by providing them with skills, tools they require to enable them to start and grow their own businesses, aimed to stimulate economic growth, reduce poverty, and promote inclusiveness, while calling on all mothers to prevail on their children from joining any protest to disrupt the peace of the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu urged beneficiaries to make judicious use of the equipment and not sell them, with a call on them to take advantage of the Lagos Employment Trust Fund to seek financial assistance.
I want to urge you to make a judicious use of what we're providing for you to seize this as an opportunity to better the lot of yourself and your family, to see this tool as a government direct support for you. Please, don't go and trade it. Don't go and sell it. Don't go and mortgage it. Please use it. Use it to improve your current status in life.
Some of the beneficiaries commended the kind gesture of Sanwo-Olu administration and prayed for continuity to empower more vulnerable people in the society.
I want to say thank you so much to the Lagos State government for this wonderful arrangement you've made. I'm going to use the material given to me today to add to what I have already and then do more work, employ more people, more labor, so that Lagos State actually will keep becoming number one all the time.
A special thank you to them, to the ESCO, to the members that organized this program. A big thank you to them. I would like the Lagos State government to continue this program, especially in the barbing aspect. I will.
Earlier, Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, noted that the beneficiaries were graduates of the various skill acquisition centers across all local government areas of the state, with a promise to sustain the tempo in line with the themes plus developmental agenda of the Sanwo-Olu administration through deliberate provision of economic empowerment assets.
As a state government, we are not just giving people fish, we are also teaching them how to fish. I would like to implore our beneficiaries to make good use of all equipment given to you. Do not despise the days of little beginning. I congratulate you.
Our correspondent Adela Kindele reports that the beneficiaries received empowerment tools and equipment like sewing and tiling machines, barbing kits with sterilizing kits and generators, hairdressing equipment, traditional cooking utensils, and gas cooker with cylinder, amongst others. The Lagos State government has targeted 10,000 unemployed youths and graduates to benefit from its Graduate Internship Placement Program, GIPP. Speaking at a press conference, Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akiyemi Ajigbotefe, stated that the state is committed to improving the employment standard of youth by equipping them with the skills and experiences necessary to thrive in today's competitive job market. According to the commissioner, the GIPP program is specifically targeted at post-NYC graduates who will be placed in internships with partnering organizations for 3 months, while the state will provide financial support to all beneficiaries during this period. Ajigbotofe advised you to take advantage of the graduate internship placement program to empower and create sustainable wealth as well as employment for them. Selected graduates will meet the requirement will undergo a specialized ICT training among other employability skills program. The Lagos State government has set up the Human Papillovirus Vaccine (HPV) and Supplemental Immunization Activity Technical Working Group in a bid to develop and implement a robust strategy for effective routinization of the vaccine to reduce the burden of cervical cancer and other HPV-related diseases. The State Immunization Program Control for Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, Adesanya Akinpelu, said Lagos State government is set to integrate OPV, measles, yellow fever, HPV, and RI vaccines in the zero-dose local government areas of the state from the 5th October 2024. Akinpelu said the exercise requires human, materials, and financial resources to reach the target population, noting that Lagos State intends to sustain HPV routinization through intensified stakeholders' engagement. And Abhat's Director, Health Education and Promotion, Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, Grace Onfor, said plans were underway for community re-engagement to address misconceptions in order to capture eligible girls for vaccination. According to Onfor, from next year, January, only 9-year-old girls will be vaccinated. Hence, the need for sensitization to capture those that are over 9 in the next round of vaccination. It will be recalled that the Lagos State government, in collaboration with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, introduced the Human Papillomavirus HPV vaccine using a phased approach in October 2023. The HPV vaccination is targeted at young girls between 9 and 14 years, RI for children between 0 to 23 months, measles for 9 to 59-month-old children, while OPV is from 0 to 59 months, and yellow fever from 9 months to 44 years. The Arawa community and traders in Lagos State have shunned the proposed national protest slated for 1st to 10th of August. Speaking during a World Press Conference in Ikeja, leader, Arawa community and traders, Lagos, Shehu Sani, alleged that some politicians under the guise of protesting have ganged up to bring down the democratically elected government of President Bola Tinubu. Sani will note that it is the constitutional right of every Nigerian citizen to protest peacefully, said the group would not want a repeat of the memories left behind after the NSAS protests in the state, in which properties worth billions of naira were lost.
Lagos State is totally against the national protest, and we are not going to be part of any plan to cause trouble in Lagos State. We are not in support of protest because we believe some fifth columnist politicians and those who want to set Nigerian, particularly Lagos, on fire are behind the protest for selfish interests.
He explained that Lagos State has been home to many for years, and the group will not support any attempt to destroy the state in the name of protest by some faceless groups and individuals. Sani implored all members of our community and traders in Lagos not to take part in any protest being organized by faceless people, promising to stand against any protest opposing the government of President Bola Tinubu in the state. And now to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Educational Loan Fund, NEL Fund, says it will disburse the sum of 850 million naira to tertiary institution students on Wednesday. The managing director of the fund, Akintunde Sawyer, made this known during a press briefing in Abuja. According to Akintunde, this is apart from the over 1.7 billion naira that has been disbursed to about 70,000 students through their institutions. He also noted that a total of 260,000 loans, including institutional fees fees, and upkeep have been approved, as no fewer than 1.2 million students are expected to benefit from this cardinal program of President Tinubu's administration. United States Embassy in Nigeria has announced that operation in its Abuja and Lagos consulates will be handled by a new visa services provider starting from August 26. The decision was announced on the official website and verified social media pages of the American Embassy. The U.S. Embassy revealed that Nigerian applicants who had already booked an appointment date would no longer have access to the U.S. travel website from August 16, as adequate provisions were being made for the existing and prospective client. And in foreign news, Russian President Vladimir Putin has doubled upfront payment for volunteers to fight in Ukraine, a move aimed at facilitating military recruitment but likely to create imbalances in the overheated economy. All Russians will sign a contract with the army will now receive an upfront payment of 400,000 rubles, that is $4,651. The decree also recommends that regional authorities match this payment from their budget with at least the same amount, with the minimum monthly pay for a private participating in what Russia calls a special military operation set at 204,000 rubles. The new decree raises the minimum annual wage and the first year of service to 3.25 million rubles, that is $37,791. And Sports Minister of Sport Development John Eno says it will probe the exclusion of Nigerian athletes Favour Ofili from the 100 meters women's event at the ongoing Paris 2024 Olympic Games. On Tuesday, the sprinter announced that she will not be competing in the 100 meters race at the ongoing Olympics in Paris due to administrative failures by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, and the Nigerian Olympic Committee, NOC. Reacting in a statement, the minister said the AFN and NOC must ensure that Ofili is not deprived of the opportunity to compete in the races for which she's qualified and registered to represent the country at the Paris Olympics. He vowed appropriate sanctions after investigations into where and from whom the gross negligence originated. Meanwhile, the AFN has said it cannot explain how Ofili's name is missing from the women's 100 meters event of the Games, insisting she was registered for the 100, 200 and women's 4x100 meters relay. Just before we go, always use the walkway where available to avoid accidents. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that Sonolo administration empowered 600 women with indigenous business ideas to the tune of 4 billion naira through the Lagos State Employment Fund, LSETF, W initiative? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. So in the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has empowered 1,500 vulnerable women and youth in Lagos through various empowerment skills and provision of equipment in a bid to reduce poverty and make them self-reliant. The Nigerian Educational Loan Fund, NELFund, said it should disburse the sum of 850 million naira to tertiary institution students on Wednesday. We also told you that Russian President Vladimir Putin has doubled upfront payment for volunteers to fight in Ukraine, a move aimed at facilitating military recruitment but likely to create imbalances in the overheated economy. And then Sports Minister of Sport Development John Eno said it will probe the exclusion of Nigerian athletes Favour Ofili from the 100 meters women's event at the ongoing Paris 2024 Olympic Games. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Aderayo Idowu Olaya. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening, and God